Welcome to my house. Fishkin with Uncle Buck. Here we go. I'm Frumpy Buckle, Fishing Planet. This is episode 2 of Fishkin with Uncle Buck, and we're going over to Lone Star. And we're going to complete the exploration number 1. From the last video, we went through all of our inventory, got everything ready to go. We'll go ahead and check out here. We're going to take with us an ultralight with a little nano spinner, 1/8 ounce. We're going to take with us a match rod, my Flippin Stik, my OmniFloat 11.5. We're going to have that loaded up with red worms. And then we're going to take another Flippin Stik. This is actually a telescopic rod, an advanced model. And it's got salmonella balls on it. If we have to pull this guy out, we will. I think we'll be all right with the red worms, to tell you the truth. So, without any further ado, make sure you got yourself a license. I'm going to explain a little bit about the difference on the lake between the advanced license and the basic license when we get there. So we'll take a look at that. Right now, if you want to buy the advanced license, you can. It's not that expensive. There are fish in here that you won't be able to take if you don't. Don't ever fish anywhere with just the basic license, because you have restrictions on what you can take, and you can get fined if you take that and you're not supposed to. Alrighty, so I'll see you guys in a minute over at Lone Star. So let's get over there. And here we are at Lone Star. As you can see, we got our lake up here. The first thing you should do on any lake is take a look at it at this point. You can click that just by here. You'll get a little bit of the readings of what's on the lake, a little bit of history about the lake, and then you have spawning points, and these are the different places that you can enter the lake at, and each one is a little bit different. If you click on one over here, Swampy Exploration, click on that, you can see, and it'll give you, and everywhere you go in here, if you look, it'll tell you the type of fish you can catch from that spot. Like here is the spotted bass, the grass pickerel, blue green, or the green sunfish. Now I will tell you one thing about this lake: you can catch all these fish almost everywhere. I've got a couple of hot spots where you don't have to move a lot and you can catch them all. And then there's this one down here, which is the dam road, and gives you a little bit about them, young channel cat and smallmouth buffalo. Now there's a deep hole down here, and I'll show you where that deep hole is. That deep hole, we'll pull the map out. It sits right over in here. And you can fish there. You can come here and just farm catfish with some small cut bait and farm catfish all day long. I don't think we can pull the map up yet until we get on the lake, but we will, and I'll show you where the deep hole is here. And then there's a deep hole right here in the middle. Where we're going to be fishing today is because we're going to go hunt down all the panfish. We're going to fish right over here by this dock. This is my little honey hole over here. We can stand right there. We don't have to move all day. And within an hour or two, game time, about half an hour, our time, we'll have everything that we need to have. So, I already explained what we're going to take, our baits that we're taking with us this time. We're going to take some corn, some dough balls, marshmallows, salmonella balls, some small cut bait for the catfish, and again, our bug worms, our bug bait. Red worms is probably about the only thing you need here. Every time I've come here, I can catch everything I need on the red worms. So we'll give it a try. And let's go down to the lake. We're going to start over here at the Swampy Exploration. Now, one thing I want to tell you about here, this lake. Now, I haven't found if there's other lakes that have this, but this lake, every day you can come here. There's no reason why you should ever be out of red worms. If you spawn in right here to this one, right where the bridge is here, turn around. You can look, there's a little sign right there. That's free worms. See? Worms. And they're right over there. And when you come here, you come to the pile of leaves, you hit the E key, and there's your reward. In your backpack, another 25 worms. Do this every day. Every day. Come here. All right. Now this is the only place you gotta be. We're gonna sit right over here. Right about here. Now the spot that we're gonna throw at is right at these lily pads over here. So let's take a look at and now our day, our peak is right now. So this will be good for this morning. We won't even have to worry about that. We should catch everything in the next hour and a half. Game time. So it shouldn't take long. Alrighty. Now, if you remember correctly, we've got our gear located. We've got the ultralight in slot 1. We've got our match rod in slot 2. And we've got our telescopic in slot 3. For here on the match worm, we're going to go with the match and the bloodworm. So hit the number 2 key, pulls it out. And like I said, these rods, the match rods, can be fished either way. You can either cast them. There's, I have a marker out there. You can throw it out. Oh, and we're clipped again. This happened the last video. Sorry about that. Clipping. Let me explain clipping since it's here. Down in the bottom, you see 399 feet, and you see a little clip sign there with 21 feet. Clipping is good for when you know that you need to be certain amount of space out, 25 feet, 75 feet out, and that's where the fish are at. And you throw one out there and you pull it in, you get it to 75 feet. You hit the C key and you'll clip. Therefore, you can throw every time you cast out from there on out. That's all the further that line is going to go. So it makes you more accurate. You'll always hit the same spot over and over. For now, we don't need that. So with our match rod, we're going to throw out there. Now on the right hand side, you'll see the stroke line there for how hard you're going to cast it. And you want to match it up to the top and throw it out. We're good. Bobber's up in the air. Now if the bobber was laying on its side, up in the top of there, you would then know that you have too much leader out and you need to pull that leader back up so the bobber stands straight up in the air. Otherwise, the bait is on the ground. Now, there are some instances when we get down to blue crab that I'll show you that that's a good technique because you can use the bobber as an anchor, throw the heavy bait down, let it sit on the bottom. It's basically you can turn a float rod into a bottom rod. Further down the road. Alrighty, that's not where we want to fish out there. Not for this first phase. Exploration 1, everything we want is right at the edge of this lily pad. So if you have a match rod or a telescopic rod, F11 will turn it into what I love to fish with, a flippin' stick. So now you've got your flippin' stick. No, it's not going to go out to the middle of the lake, but it will hit those lily pads. And there we go. Now, thing to remember in here when you're fishing in this game, tight lines all the time. Couple knocks. There we go. See how the line came up out of the water? Now the fish can't see it. I've got a tight line and wait for the hit. It shouldn't take long. And there's our first ding. Now that's a nibble. You don't want to start yanking on that thing just quite yet. You want to watch your bobber. Watch the top of your screen up there. Let that bobber go under the water. You'll get a couple of more dings. Remember, the right mouse key sets the hook. Left mouse key starts to reel in. I'm going to get out of the way for a minute while we catch this first fish. Bobber's going up and down. Hasn't sunk yet. Now he's there. And what did we grab first off? Golden shiner. So the way it comes up gives you the weight, how long he is, how much currency you're going to get from that, and the XP that you gain. Now, XP is important. And this little bar graph here basically tells you where you're at your level. I'm at 52, but I'm this close to being at 53. So the more XP we get, the more we go. Now, the Y key will give you access to your fish net to see what you have in there. This comes in handy when you get close to going home. You need to do releasing. This can be very good for that. As you can see, we have nothing in there, so we'll keep our first fish, and we have our golden sign. Alrighty, let's go right back in there, because I know they're there. Tighten our lines up a little bit, and we'll wait on the next one. And there he is. Okay, what do we got now? Oh, there's the white crappie, so we'll add him to the golden shiner. And it takes some practice to get used to this flipping stick, but you'll know between the line between the bobber and the reel where you line it up where it's actually going to land. And you kind of want to keep it, I kind of judge it right in the middle of the triangle there, and it should flip right to the left of that lily pad right now. Boom. So you just practice that. It comes with practice. You can get very accurate with this. And what's nice about the flipping stick is you can drop her right down in those lily pads. And you're not going to get snagged. Where if you're fishing with, let's say, a narrow spoon on an ultralight, and you try to drag it through there, you're going to get snagged. But some of the things in this game, they want you to get snagged. Oh, there's a nice trophy bluegill. And we can get that out of the way. Hit the Y key again, it's a toggle. Very beautiful fish right there. And if you hold down your right mouse button, you can turn around and get a good look at that fish every way. Now that's pretty realistic. Like I said, these Fishing Planet boys did it right. I gotta give them credit. So we'll keep that guy, and then we'll go on for the rest of them. I think we'll stay right on that spot right in the middle. There we go. Keep your lines tight. Always tight lines, folks. Now, one thing nice about using a match rod or a telescopic rod in this situation where you turn it into a flipping stick is you don't have to fight the fish. I've pulled out 30-pound catfish out of the Everglades on a flipping stick right off the dock. I mean, just bang, bang, and it yanks them up. And time is money. Time is money when you're farming and you want to make money. And what do we got here? Oh, there's our red ear sunfish. Normally this guy's a little tough to come by, but we've got him right off the bat. So now we've got the golden shiner, the white crappie, the trophy bluegill, and we'll add to it the red ear sunfish. We'll keep him. I think we only have 2 more to go. Now when you tighten your lines up here, you can, like I said in the earlier video, on the bottom right, the circle, where the pie charts are, that's your drag. So using the minus or plus keys, we'll have to hang on for a second on that one until we grab this guy. Oh, there's another white crab. We'll keep him. And like I was saying, on the bottom right, you see the big 22 with the slash 399 underneath of it. That's how far out I am, 22 feet out, and out of 399 feet that's on my reel. To the right of that, you see a big circle with some pie charts in it and some arrows. The arrows in the center indicate what your retrieve strength is, how quick it is, and those keys can be changed with the K and L keys. We've got a little nibble here, so we have to watch. There he is. Okay, let's get him up there. What is he? Oh, there's our blacktail shiner we needed. And I think that probably has done us. But I want to continue my conversation, so I'm going to throw this right back in here. Alrighty. Tighten line. Okay, back to the right. Drag. Goes down, down, down. The bites go around. If you drag it set way low and you've got a fish, you won't be able to pull them in. It'll tick, 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 and you'll never be able. What's the matter with my damn fishing pole? It won't come in. Now it's because your drag set too low. Drag gives tension to the fish, keeps tension on his lip, keeps the hook set where it needs to be. Too low of drag, you'll lose your hook or you can't pull them in. So always start out halfway if you don't know the area that you're fishing, you don't know what type of fish you're going to bite into. You want to keep it set halfway. Oh, and another blacktail shiner. Very good. You could always tighten the drag up during the middle of a fight, and it's not a big problem there. Let me just show you a little bit. We'll try to go in there and hit right in the middle of them little. Right there. Let's see if what we can pull out of the middle there. Tight lines, fellas. Tight lines. Okay, so we're at halfway drag. I happen to know this lake. I know the fishermen. I know what I'm fishing for. I know my tackle. I'm fishing with number 8 hooks. Barbless hook number 8, top right hand corner. So I know that there's nothing here that I'm going to get that's going to break my line. So I can kick my drag up tight. I know not a problem there. And you always want to retrieve at the highest speed. So the 4 speed is good. Like I said, when we get out to other lakes, when you're running ultralights with lures and spoons on them, you want to drag them a little slower, sometimes at a 2, maybe at a 3. When you get to the bigger tackle, you're going to go that big, deeper water. But for the first couple of episodes that we have here, keep your stuff, your retrieves down at 2. If you're fishing with float gear, a match rod, keep it up to the max. You just want to pull them in. I think that we got all the fish for this mission. Let's pull this in. Oh, we got a little snag there maybe. And we're good. So now we can take a look. We can go back, hit the escape key. It brings you back to your map. You can go to your inventory at this point, run over to your fish keeper, and we have a couple of blacktails, a gold shiner, white. So we have the 1, 2, red ear, white ear. Okay, and what was our missions? We needed a white crappie. We have red ear. We have the green sunfish. I think we're missing the green sunfish. Yes, we need the green sunfish. So we'll go back. We're not done. He's in here too. On the other side of this little wooden bridge that we're standing on, you can actually fish that side too. And there's a little honey hole on the other side there. And there's the same thing. You can pretty much hit that. Have some patience. Use your techniques. And it doesn't take long. So we've been fishing in the game almost an hour. And let's hope that this is what we wanted. Nope, he's another bluegill. We still need our green sunfish. Come on. I will tell you one little thing about, and there he is. We've got our green sunfish, and that completes our challenge. We have this black-tailed shiner, the white crappie, the red, the bluegill, a white crappie, a golden shiner, and now the green sunfish. And that completes exploration number 1. So I'm back now. Pretty simple. Stay the course. Know your holes. Remember, lily pads, panfish all the time. And we'll be back on this lake again because there's some great fish to be found back here. Zero key will clear you, put everything back in your backpack. And again, remember, every day, come get yourself some free bait. Uh-huh. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out through exploration number 1. And catch me again, episode 3. We'll be back with episode number 3, Lone Star Lake, Texas, exploration number 2.